done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Wednesday, October 12th. Good morning, Powers.
Good morning, Beef.
And good morning, Tucson. Thank you guys for tuning in. We got a jam-packed show, as always. We have tons of tickets to give away. In fact, actually, yesterday we announced the big concert coming to the TCC, the Trinity of Terror Tour. Headlined by Black Veil Brides. So that's coming to the TCC December 6th. So we'll have a pair of tickets to give away for that. We're also giving away tickets for Machine Head. I just saw this. I have tickets for Machine Head to give away. They're coming to the Rock in December as well. Tickets for John Mulaney at the TCC, doing a little stand-up comedy. And for those Nirvana fans out there, we have Smells Like Teen Spirit performing at 191 Tool this Friday. So all that more is going to be on the show as far as listener bait galore. Mario's going to be in a little bit later. And, you know, I'm just shaking off my experience from the motor vehicle department yesterday.
Ooh.
I know, man. You know, they're such a cliche. They're so stereotypically dicks. That's the best way to say it. I mean, I don't understand it. And I have my theory. And the theory is, okay, they're government paid workers. It isn't customer service. They get paid the same way, whether they're indignant and rude or they do a good job. I've never seen them be polite and do a good job ever in the history of my experience. And I know that I'm not alone in this. No one walked away from the DMV or the MVD being like, you know what, that was pleasant. You understand? Like, it just never happens. It's so odd. So my daughter, she needs to get her ID because she just got a job. In fact, she put herself in a conundrum. She got two jobs at once, and she's thinking, oh, I could just do both. I'm like, yeah, there's not enough time in the day, you know, so you're going to have to pick one. So she got one from a fast food sub joint, and she got one in a movie theater, right?
Oh, I would pick movie theater.
Well, the movie theater doesn't really provide that many hours, and it's a little bit further than the sub place, which makes it easier for me to be able to get her to places.
Yeah.
Do I have dead air? Huh? I go what? I gotta move my car from the parking lot. Okay, I'll be out in a minute. Apparently I gotta move my car from the parking lot.
Oh, I wonder why.
Yeah, I don't know. I never get a memo. I didn't get an email or nothing. Someone steal my okay, anyways, back to the thing. So she got two jobs, and I'm trying to, you know, let her know which one she should go for. And, you know, she has to be honest with them and at least try to figure out what hours they want her to work so she could see if she can pull off both. But either way, she needs to have a state ID by this Thursday. So she's on fall break. I'm like, okay, we'll go down to the MVD and get you an ID. Mm-hmm. Simple as that, or a learner's permit. She wanted to get her learner's permit anyways, and she's eligible. So she's been studying. So we go to the MVD, take a number, stand in line for about 45 minutes, go up to the window. And I was like, yes, I'd like to, you know, get a learner's permit and or a state ID. And she's like, okay, you got birth certificate? Yes, I do. Right off the bat, attitude. Oh, I'm sorry. All I did was ask for a service that you provide.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not asking like, what are your plans next Tuesday? Or can you tell me the winning lottery numbers? No, I'm saying, hey, bitch. I'm sorry, I don't mean to say it like that, but I do. Or now, in hindsight, that wasn't my attitude going forward. I wasn't even in a bad mood. I'm like, yeah, it just comes to the territory. You got to wait. Right. So go up to the window and I give the ID and she's like, this is a copy of birth certificate. We can't accept it. And I'm like, oh, really? Like, you sure? And it's like, yeah, no, it's a copy. Yeah, I can't accept it. No. And then just the way that she's saying no, look, I understand if I don't have the right materials to be turned away. I get that. But the way that it's said is so rude. I instantly got filled with rage. And, you know, like, I understand you guys listening and, you know, I kind of amplify on the radio. So you're like, okay, you're just sensitive and you're just like, you know, you're just bitching for the sake of bitching or you get mad easily. I don't, though. I don't. I'm pretty patient in these kind of situations, but it was one of those scenarios where the attitude said in delivering the message was so disrespectful after I waited 45 minutes. And like, how I know? Is there any sign? Is there any information on the website buried in there somewhere? Is anyone even operating their website? I don't know. It's a state and they don't give it. Right. So yeah, like I grabbed my bottle of water off the counter, like a full-blown Karen. I'm like, fine, and then just walk out without, getting into a discussion. And then just another experience where I'm like, God damn it, man. This is why people hate you. And why do you hate yourself so much? Where you want to be just rude to people waited in line for 45 minutes. Now, this was a major inconvenience for me. Hey, yeah, if I knew this, I definitely would want the proper information to be able to give you so I could execute what we came here to do. I don't want to wait 45 minutes just to be told no. So obviously, I'm in a position where it's disappointing for me to hear this news. The least you could do is be a little empathetic in the situation, saying, hey, I know that you just waited 45 minutes, but I'm sorry. I do need an original birth certificate. So once you get that, then, get it and then have a nice day. No, you don't get that. You get a F off, F you very much kind of moment and face. And then just like, I hate it. I hate it, and everyone else hates it. And I wish something's going to change, but this is one of those situations where, who's the boss? Who's their boss? The government. And they're just like, yeah, I feel like they train these people to be like, make sure that anyone leaves there just enraged and pissed off and disappointed in the system and thinking about, all right, we paused one bitching session to start a new. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast broadcast. We're live. This is Mari, of course. Good morning, Mari.
Good morning.
And Mari and Powers haven't seen each other in a while, so they're just catching up on a bunch of good, fun times. And now we're moving forward.
What would you have liked us to be talking about?
I would like you to be like, hey, all right, what are we gonna do to open up the show? And let's focus on this.
We can't because you're typing the thing. And
no,
when we talked to you during
I
that.
typed the thing 10 minutes ago. And I have no problem with you catching up, right? There's a time we have a show to do. It starts at 9. We know that. So, and sometimes when you get into your stories, and your personal life that you don't want to talk about on the air, which I understand, it gets a little long-winded, and it's like, okay, well, I gave you 8 minutes. You had 8 minutes. You were catching up, telling the story, which is great. All right, now let's wrap it up. Let's get ready to go on here. And I shouldn't even be talking about this on the podcast broadcast. I got so many other things that we need to talk about. And the first fucking segment that I have is literally fucking written for you, bud. It's the burning MCU questions that arise from the Deadpool Wolverine revelation. So, I mean, I cater to you. So respect it. I do want to share this, though, real quick, because I haven't been able to show as much love, but I need to. Because we got the Glow show happening on October 21st, which is right around the corner. We're taking over The Rock again. Stands with Fists is the band that's covering it. And they put together this fantastic promo video. Did you see this?
Not the video.
All right, so check this out. This is what Stands with Fists put together on, and I shared it to the Rock 102.1 Facebook page, but this is a fantastic promo video. I'll send you an invite so you can see it. So have you been to a Glow show before, Mari? I have not. All right, you have not. So it's all black lights, all paint. We're gonna have Jonathan Russell in, and we'll do a slideshow and videos from years past. But it's an event, and we got a fantastic lineup lined up for that. We'll have a bunch of bands leading up to the show, but that's happening again at the Rock on October 21st. So put it in your calendar. Please join us. It's going to be a rager. And make sure that you wear clean pants, because with all the black lights there, you'll be able to see if it's not clean. You know what I mean? Like if you've had any love stains, that shit will shine like the bat signal. So
gross.
Yeah, I know. Oh, Rock 102.1 KFMA. I guess I've had dead air. Oh, sorry about that. We got the podcast broadcast going on. I was just checking out a promo video from Stands with Fists. But coming up after Disturbs, Down with the Sickness, we're going to break down the burning questions that the MCU has based off of the revelation that Deadpool and Wolverine are back together. But there are a bunch of questions, more questions than answers that were raised based off of this trailer. And of course, I have an expert in powers. We'll break those down next. But first, here's Disturbed with Down with the Sickness. You can join us, youtube.com/BeFegan, to keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Yeah, I don't know how long I had dead air, but I'm pretty sure I'll get a text being like, my alarm's going off.
I was gonna say, isn't there an alarm in? Oh, there's no alarm in here.
Not in here.
Not in here, no.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's in the hallway on the other side, and we're in the room closet, so yeah, we're not gonna hear it. I mean, if there's a fire, I don't know if we would hear the fire alarm.
We wouldn't.
No. Yeah,
There's
man.
sprinklers.
Yeah. All of a sudden, we just start getting sprayed and be like, oh, why is it raining in here? Oh, we're all about to die because we got no windows. We got nothing. We're in the farthest back corner, hidden in here. It's the unsafest room in the entire building, I would assume.
I think so.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of these rooms, right? I've seen all of them, actually. Banged in every single one. Just kidding.
Ugh.
Yeah. All right.
I know. So-
With who?
I know. Is it myself? Does it count if it's myself? It's like, I was just banging in here. Don't worry about me.
That sounds more feasible.
Yes. No, it's definitely more logical, like it would happen. How have you been? It's been, last time we saw you was like 3 weeks ago, right?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Yeah. And now that you're Mama Mari, Mama in it times two, and then readjusted, the past 2 weeks have been kind of busy for you?
Busy because preschool comes with sickness.
Yes.
So we actually got this last sickness. So from my cousin, my sister, so my son's cousin, my sister's daughter from out of town.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was called California crud. And it
Uh-huh.
passed through our whole family.
They call it the California crud. You sure it wasn't COVID? And they're just trying to call it a different name?
No. Because I've had COVID. It wasn't that. It was like more just like, it just wasn't.
I love kids, and hanging out with my girlfriend's nieces and nephews. They're adorable kids, but yeah, they come packed with germs nonstop.
Little
Nonstop.
petri dishes.
Yes, and I had little Jack, who is my girlfriend's nephew. He was over with the other two kids at our house on Monday, and he's laying on my body pillow, and he's like coughing up a storm. I'm just looking at him like side-eyed like this, just like the whole time sitting next to him like, I sleep with that body pillow. Like I like you. Like, get the fuck off my pillow, Jack.
Yeah, they go to the same school too.
Yeah. So they got it. If he got it, your kid got it. Congratulations. So
It's just school. I think my kids are just perpetually sick when they're in school.
yeah. Well, I mean,
But when does it stop? Like you have an older kid. Like when does it stop? The sicknesses.
no. So eventually, the sickness will stop, and then it will turn into withdrawals. It's a whole different factor. But I mean, at the end of the day, they're crying sick. No, yeah, I think it is after elementary school.
After elementary school, so I gotta deal with this till elementary. Like
At
past-
least. And then, of
Wow.
course, in junior high, then you have to start worrying about mono and strep
Oh,
more,
no.
and they start making out.
And
That's a thing.
hormones.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
they just start cutting. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I had this situation with my daughter. I had to ground her. Like I'm driving, and she mentions to me. She's like, my high school's an F high school. And I'm like, well, then you should be getting straight A's if you're in F high school. And I'm like, wait a second, what is your grade? So I look it up, and she had an F in English. And I'm like, what the
no.
fuck you have an F in English for at F high school?
Right.
That's like a triple F, right? English is your like primary language.
What's she doing?
Rock 102.1 KFMA and finish up the story. So I freak out on my daughter for having an F in English. And I'm like, that's it, dude. You're going on restriction. You can't be skateboarding with your boyfriend after school. You can't do any fun stuff until you bring up your grades, right? Because she had an F, and her high school is an F high school. So it's like, it's layup of a high school. The high school gave up on these kids, just kind of pushing them through. And it's unfortunate, but if that's the system my daughter's in, then she needs to take advantage of it and get good grades, right? Because it doesn't take much to get good grades. So I put her on restriction. We have this big blowout. She pouts. We go to the grocery store. She doesn't let me buy her anything. So she's like, "Oh, fine. You don't buy me food because I'm mad." I'm like, "Well, that's your loss again, dummy." And if you paid attention in school, maybe you'd realize how dumb that is. But anyways, so I freak out, put her on restriction. The very next morning, I'm doing a morning show. I get a screenshot sent to me at like 9. and she turned her F into an A.
How?
And I'm like, did you Photoshop this? And I look it up online, and sure enough, she turned her F into an A, and all she had to do was go online and do like a 1 or 2 assignments. I don't know. And like I said, it's an F high school. And it was that easy to turn her F into an A.
That's insane.
Yeah. And I'm like, you seriously are making my arteries like block because something this easy, you could have easily turned it around. You could have let me know, give me a heads up, like, oh yeah, all I have to do is 1 assignment and then F turns to an A. But no, instead it was Armageddon.
That's baffling.
Yeah. Yeah. So so currently I'm the proud father of an honor roll student who did 1 assignment online. I don't understand how it works, but again, like, Harvard's not in the plans by any means, which is fine. Maybe she'll be a hairstylist, which is a great career. Trade school is definitely in the agenda. But right now I just want her to graduate. And it's like, come on, look, the school sucks, but you've been a crappy student your entire life. Let's be real. Your daughter or your father's daughter. That's understandable. So I can't blame her for that. But take advantage of it. Yeah, let's talk about more pressing issues, though. And this is Marvel Universe. That's really what I want to talk about, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I know you're stoked about this, but there are a lot of questions about the MCU based off of just Deadpool 3, because it was revealed just a week ago that Hugh Jackman's Wolverine will be featured in Deadpool 3 and when it comes out. So the first question is, isn't Wolverine dead? Do you know the answer to this?
Yeah, Logan takes place in like 2030 something or 20 later on.
2029.
So it's in the future.
Right.
So maybe he dies then.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly the answer there. And yeah, Logan took place in 2029. So Deadpool 3 will precede that. But if they don't hurry the F up.
Yeah, they already delayed it.
Yeah. It's going to be right on par. All right. Is X-Men merging with the MCU?
Let's hope. I mean, that's where things are going to go. But I think once they get past phase 5, phase 6 is going to be all mutants.
Right. Well, so it remains to be seen. But if there was ever a chance to tie it all together, this would be it. Is Deadpool 3 in phase 5 or phase 6 of the MCU?
I think it's 6.
Well, in this September, the September 2024 release date would place it at the beginning of phase 6.
Yeah. And now they just moved it to November of that.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? So it won't even be the beginning. It'll probably be the second or third thing.
Yep. Fantastic Four got moved. Another movie got moved to.
All right. Will Deadpool 3 be a buddy road trip movie?
That's what people are hoping.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually sounds like a pretty good time. In 2021, Ryan Reynolds floated the idea of the buddy road trip with the 2 characters, and there's no clear answer on this one, but it feels like a fantastic fit.
Yeah.
All right. Secret Wars setup. What's the deal with that?
Secret Wars is a big cataclysm of all the Marvel Universe, so that's when some people are going to die. We might have a little leftover from the Skrull Secret Invasion, but that's going to be your next Infinity Endgame thing.
Yeah,
is going to be Secret Wars.
This guy knows all the answers,
You are
so
an expert.
he is an expert.
Yeah.
He hasn't seen my show sheet, and the answer to that, what I got from these experts here from IGN, is the big payoff to Phase 6 is going to be in 2025 with the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, and this should put. They should pull out all the stops of cameos, classic characters coming back, the whole 9, and it could be a setup, especially with the whole multiverse thing out there.
Yeah.
All right. And the Avengers lineup, is Deadpool going to be in the Avengers?
No.
All right.
No way.
Well, they say if Deadpool and Wolverine stick around long enough, there's no reason to think that they can't both end up as Avengers, but of course, nothing has been confirmed.
Yeah.
So pretty good. Look at Powers, the big brain on Powers there.
Excelsior, true believers.
Uh-huh. All right, we're going to keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. There, we're going to see Beef's retweets. And then when we come back, millennials are going into debt. But why? It's a really sad reason why. So we're going to bum you out. Next, the Beef Figure Presents. Don't go away. Clear. All right. Got my music here. Let's time for Beef's retweets. And I just need a clever little jingle there, Powers, if you can get a jingle real quick.
Boop, 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 boop. It's Beef's retweets. Ring.
Keep going. I'm so.
Boop, 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 boop. Retweeting tweets. That doesn't rhyme. Boop, boop, boop. It's Beef. Boop, 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 boop.
With the retweets.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're back on my Twitter page here. You guys looking along?
Yes.
All right. Today in Fuck Around and Find Out, we have a Karen who did just that. Check this out. Now, I don't know what the backstory is or the altercation. I just know that a woman was called the police on this woman, right? And this woman kept bugging her for whatever reason. Why do I have a Zoom thing popping up? All right. Anyways, the police intervened and they were like, ma'am, you need to leave. And she was about to leave, but not without being a complete bitch about it. And this is what happened.
Oh my God.
Up, you're under arrest, ma'am.
Yeah.
Up, she's on the run.
Huh?
Listen.
I got nobody. Taser.
The best instant gratification there. Taser. Oh, she's such a bitch. Please, taser. Oh, she did taser. Score. All right.
That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah, that's my first beef retweet. You like that one?
People don't realize they commit crimes so fast.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Super fast.
Indecent exposure, resisting arrest, running away. Oh, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, exactly. They have 3 felonies right in a row. In a row. All right. Have you ever gotten so high that you've done this? Dre tweeted out, I gotta stop smoking, man. My high ass been looking for my sandwich for like 10 minutes. Where was Dre's sandwich? Right back in the bread. Yes. So I gotta retweet that.
That's good.
Again, don't follow me on Twitter. I want this all to be fresh. But that's what I do on Twitter. I find funny shit and I retweet it. It's Beast Retweets.
Beef, do.
Tweet.
Yeah, there you go.
There you
All right.
go.
All right. So okay. Here's the difference between Netflix and real life, as one guy pointed out. So this is when you try to be sexy based off what you've seen on Netflix. And this is a PSA. Don't do it. Ooh, sexy. Yeah, you do it.
Just be cool, as shirt says. Too.
That was a good detail.
Yeah. Okay, let me tell you a personal story here. And I don't know if my girlfriend will enjoy me sharing this story, but I'll get adult with you guys real quick since we're on air. So the other week we're getting it on, right?
Where's your sexy saxophone sound effects?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I got you. Okay. So I was having sex with my girlfriend, right? Yeah, we do it. Adult style. It was missionary. It's not too big. All right. So, so yeah, we're getting it on the other week, and my girlfriend's dirty talking to me, right? And so she goes, "Oh yeah," she's like, "Treat me like a dirty slut," is what she said, and then without hesitation, smack her in the face.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. No, I didn't leave a mark or nothing, you know what I mean? But I'm like, oh, instead of choking, I don't choke. She's like, oh yeah, treat me like a dirty slut. I'm like, what? She goes, oh, what'd you? I'm like, I'm sorry. Is that not how dirty sluts like to be treated? I don't know. I'm new to this. And yeah, she didn't hate it. Rock 1 2.1. Who's this?
Yo, dude, it's Levi here.
The legend. Speaking of dirty sluts, Levi the legend calls in. What's up, dude?
Oh, nothing much. Dude, I am so pissed because on Sunday,
Levi,
Buccaneers Falcons, and they called roughing the passer. I was going for the Falcons, so I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, Levi, let me check my balls real quick. Yep, they turned gray. It took fucking 5 years for you to spit out that sentence, bro.
What's up, dude?
You took too long to spin that out, man. You're taking forever.
Levi, where are you right now?
I am chillaxing.
Yeah, chillaxing
at my pad.
Oh, at his pad.
Chillaxing at my bachelor pad.
Oh,
dude.
at the bachelor pad where all the ladies go to get drugged on GHB.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding there, Levi. So, all right. So you're chillaxing at the pad, and then the Buccaneers, the football game didn't come out to the results that you were rooting for. Go team, and what else happened?
So Tom Brady gets sacked.
Yep,
and that's supposed to be roughing the passer.
that's true. Did you see this?
It's a tackle. Oh my gosh.
For real.
I have the perfect song. I have the perfect song for this too.
I knew you would. All right. So, what is the perfect song that you want me to play for the bogus roughing the passer call that happened this last Sunday, which was only 4 fucking days ago?
So it's a "F.U." by Bad Religion. Perfect
Yes.
song.
That is the perfect song. Absolutely. "F.U." by Bad Religion. That's coming up on the podcast.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, join us on youtube.com/beefvegan where you can look at beautiful Mari and comment along. Okay.
I was actually just on the live stream. There's no option for chat. So
Yes, there is on
decided
YouTube.
I just called. So.
On YouTube, there is youtube.com/beefvegan. We got people chatting along right now here. All right, I gotta get back to Beast retweets. Okay.
All right. Peace.
Hey, if you join us on the stream, you'll see boobs.
Aww.
It's Beast retweets.
Tweet, tweet.
Tweet.
Yep. Hell yeah.
All right. Get ready to hear that Bad Religion song too. All right. Talk to you soon.
All right. Awesome. All right. Yep.
I don't know if he's listening to us or he just has TV on crank to 11.
Was that a TV or is he in a home?
He's not in a home.
Okay.
Well, I mean, anything's possible.
All right.
All right. So let's get back to Beast retweets. Tweet, motherfucker. Cursing a lot today.
Do I have to make a logo for this? You want a logo for this?
Yeah, actually, this is the new feature.
Okay.
So as I'm going through, because I'm finding all this great stuff, and it's just fun to do.
It's an easy way to keep track. Or just retweet that thing. That's a good idea.
Absolutely. And considering nobody follows me, and so I think that's fantastic. This is all first time viewership. All right. So expectation versus reality. Have you ever done this before? It's not boogie boarding. What do they call it? The board?
Bodyboarding.
No, it's not bodyboarding. It's when your sister lives in California, so you might know this. So it's like wakeboarding,
Yeah.
but for the beach. So the idea is the wave comes, and then as it's receding, there's like a thin layer of water, and then you run and you throw the board down, and you jump on that, and you kind of skim that water. It's super awesome. And I didn't know that you could also go straight into the ocean and do tricks. This guy, certified badass, right? The guy after him tried to do the same thing. It didn't really work out. So let's check out expectations versus reality on Beef's retweets. Sick. Look at that.
Woo!
Right? Now let's see if the fat guy can do it.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
stupid ass.
Stupid ass is correct. So we got that going on. That's excellent. Oh, this is really cool. And this is Ben Matherin from the U of A Wildcats, or formerly of the U of A Wildcats, now on the Indiana Pacers, right? And TJ McConnell for that matter. So 2 U of A alum. We're playing this scrimmage game for the Pacers. I guess they have a special event that they do before every season where they have all the players on the team just scrimmage against each other. And it's like a fan fest, right?
Okay.
Really cool thing. And there was a young fan sitting in the stands who asked if he could check into the game. And they're like, "Oh, you got game? All right, let's see you play." So they gave him a jersey. And this is your feel-good moment of the day. Check out this kid's moves.
Buddy Hield, number 24.
All right, and so like, hey, get the ball, kid. This kid already plays better basketball than both of us, Powers, guaranteed.
Okay.
Hey, Muta, he's going. He does the pass, go for the assist. Nope, right back to you. He shoots. He scores!
Well done.
Yeah. Look at that. And who says rich white kids don't get opportunity, huh? You know?
I think rich white kids say that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. And finally, speaking of basketball, our last beef retweet is that of a fail that the Denver Nuggets announcer did introducing the team. Now, this is something I can relate to. Being an arena host, sometimes I'm given the task of saying names and introducing people, and I F that up almost 100% of the time. So I feel the pain, right? Now, there's 2 DeAndres. I'm sure there's more than 2 DeAndres, but Phoenix Suns have a DeAndre, former U of A Wildcat DeAndre Ayton. Mm-hmm. And there's also an NBA Nuggets, Denver Nuggets player called DeAndre Jordan, right? Now, you would think that the Denver Nuggets announcer knows the difference. Oh, but check out this hilarious fail.
Center from Texas A&M, number 6, DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Jordan.
And see the team be like, oh, yeah. No, they wish they had DeAndre Ayton. That's for sure. All right. And that was Beef's retweets.
Tweet, tweet.
Yeah. So
That's your line.
and the legend Levi found the comment of section. So there you go. Found the live chat. All my beautiful people. Did you see the boobs? Oh, you didn't? Rewind. All right. Hey, what are you dressing your kids up for Halloween, Mari?
Oh my God, I haven't figured it out because Coda wants to be. He wanted to be a fireman, a zombie, a mummy, a pirate, and I don't know.
All of that is just one costume. That's
I'm going
easy.
with zombies.
Yeah, you combine it. A
Yeah.
zombie, pirate.
mummy, fireman.
Fire. Oh,
Easy.
Mhm.
easy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, pirates and firemen, they're two different eras. So I would get like 3 out of the 4, right? So zombie, pirate, zombie,
Mummy?
pirate.
I think I just eliminate mummy and then just put a fire jacket on a pirate.
I don't know.
With zombie face paint.
A mummy is the original zombie.
It's true.
Yeah, that's a fact. So I would definitely go. You could do mummy mummy zombie pirate for sure. I think that would be a good look. Yeah, because you just do a mummy pirate and say that's a zombie.
And you also don't want like a zombie fireman because that's like sad.
That's true. Yeah. You're right.
Or helpful. Maybe he's gonna put out some fires in the zombie world, right?
No. So, zombies don't do that.
Yeah.
They're not there to be first responders.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. He really be saying, oh, he's dressed up as one of our victims from 9/11. I'll say, you can't have that.
That's true. That's very true. All right. We got 12 seconds before we get on. And we have this surprising story that I'm going to share with you, which is kind of depressing for an entire generation, but even for us adults here who make less money.
Oh.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Bikini Presents. As I was saying on the podcast broadcast, this next story is not good news. It's really bad news for an entire generation, and it affects us all, really. And it talks about millennials, and they're going into debt. Before I get into that, I just had my first experience of shrinkflation yesterday where I noticed it. Have you heard what shrinkflation is?
No.
Okay, so shrinkflation is a phenomenon that's been happening here since COVID. Essentially, what shrinkflation is, it's charging the same amount for a product. Like you like cereal, right?
Sure, yeah.
So you're getting your Frosted Flakes or whatever cereal that you get. And normally say it costs $4.99. Well, it's still $4.99, but the Kellogg's is actually giving you 2 ounces less of cereal.
Right.
So they're shrinking the portion sizes, but charging the same amount. That's shrinkflation. That's been happening for a good year now as inflation continues to affect us all. Now, I was at the grocery store yesterday. I was picking up chicken breast meat from the deli. And I looked at the price and I'm like, oh, it's $7.50. All right. That's the price of chicken went down. So, like that was surprising because I heard that chicken and turkey are both going up because of bird flu that happened earlier this year.
Mhm.
And then I looked at the package and I noticed that it was 3/4 of a pound.
Oh.
Normally they sell it for a pound, right?
Yep.
So I look at the other packages, they're all 3/4 of a pound. So I'm like, honestly, now you're just doing 3/4 of a pound as opposed to a pound. So they took a 1/4 pound off of deli meat just so it looks like it's cheaper, but they're giving you a 1/4 pound less.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tricky.
It is tricky, right? But, things are so expensive right now when it comes to restaurants and food in general that millennials are going into debt just going on dates.
Ooh.
And that's the big problem. They're out there trying to get laid, which, is everyone's God-given right. Especially in a modern society, but 22% of them are straight up going into debt from it because everything is getting more expensive. And this is according to a new survey done by Lending Tree, who said, 22% of millennials, 19% of Gen Zers have gone into debt from what they've spent on dating. So essentially, they're going out on a night, and it costs about like $91 on a night out. Respondents who identify as women said that they would spend an average of $81 a date, but who are they kidding?
Yeah.
Yeah. But the men, they're spending an average of 104, and a lot of them are putting it on credit cards just so they can look like they're ballers at the time, and then basically say that's tomorrow me's problem.
Well, that's also how you open a tab too and lose track of that.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I know. I mean, I went out on a date on Sunday and it cost me a good $140. So
Yeah.
I get it. It's expensive.
I remember the old joke from 40-year-old version of like, of course it's packed in here. It's $9 beer night. And now that's where we're at. There's a lot. Everything's expensive.
Well, you know what? The one thing that should remain cheap that hasn't been affected by inflation, or shouldn't be anyways, is beer. Beer is still so cheap to produce, and I hope the hops and whatnot hasn't gone up. I know a lot of spirits and stuff, nothing has really changed there. So that should be cheap. And in fact, if we're going to be getting plowed against our will by the system and our finances and the economy, the one thing that could numb the pain is cheap booze. So there should be initiative to make alcohol cheaper. Give me 1950s alcohol prices for this 2090 food prices that we got. Right.
Make it yourself.
Huh?
How about you make it yourself?
Make the food?
No, the booze.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I'm more likely to make food, but even that's expensive. I can't go to the grocery store without spending $100. I just did that yesterday. I got nothing. I got like a bag of chips and some toilet paper. $100.
Yeah,
Like, Jesus.
I live in North Carolina for a bit. Even moonshine is expensive these days.
Yeah, it is. So, yeah, it's sad news for us all. But keep an eye out for that shrinkflation as well. Just make sure that if you think you're getting a good deal, look at how many, what's your serving size, and realize you're probably getting screwed in that too. Oh, good times on a Wednesday. Let's hit the reset. I got silly stories to share with you, but we're going to keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. You can join us there. It's youtube.com/BeefVegan or on Twitch, BeefVegan Presents.
Do you know how to make booze? I mean, I think it's kind of cheap, right?
No, it's a hobby. You got to
Like
buy
bread?
all that stuff. Yeah, I kind of. But
No,
there's a lot of
Put it in
equipment.
like a bag though with some fruit and like let it ferment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yikes.
There is a way to. It is cheap to make alcohol. I mean, just not necessarily beer.
Oh,
And they do it in
beer.
jail. They did it at
Right,
Tent City all the
I would
time.
say good alcohol. Like, yeah, you could drink gasoline and get sure.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Well, you can't drink gasoline. That's too expensive.
Yeah, even drinking that gasoline's gotten expensive.
That's
Yeah. In
true.
fact, I actually have a story here, and that's going to be the beef tip. It's a story about France and gasoline. So if you think we're having an issue with gasoline just in America, you're wrong. It's a global issue. A lot of people and politicians, or people who are trying to be parrots and talking heads, want to make it a one administration issue, but it's not. It's a global issue. With gasoline, it's affecting the world in so many different ways, and a lot worse than we're being affected here, because we still have Texas, we still have Alaska, we still have a lot of crude oil, even though we still are dependent on outside sources like Saudi Arabia. So the whole thing is a sketch, but it is worse in other areas that don't necessarily have their own oil refineries.
Yeah.
So, but I do want to say, I'll show another video here. Have you seen this? Speaking of retweets, this is a viral video of firefighters who's being investigated. Now, wait for this. I'll pull this up here. This is in San Jose, okay? There's a fire truck, and what you see there is a stripper getting out of the fire truck.
Why?
She's getting dropped off at the strip club.
Wow.
Look at her.
How?
How? Well, the fire truck pulls up and is like, with the lights on. It's like, here you go, babe.
Yeah.
I know you're late for your shift. Don't worry, I got you.
Usually it's the firefighters who show up as strippers, right?
Right.
But yeah. So this is a stripper with the firefighters. And of course, this is a big deal, and not in a positive way, as they are investigating the San Jose Fire Department, because in the clip you see the fire truck with lights ablazing and a bikini-clad woman stepping out of the truck. Sounds like she was,
wild.
yeah, getting it on.
Maybe she's a fireman and they were distracted because they saw all the poles.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe, yeah. She was like dancing on the wrong pole, and it was
Yeah.
at the firehouse, and she's like, "Oh, can you
Whoops.
direct me to the right pole?"
Yeah, I'll drop you right off. Sit on my lap.
My
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, because they have an app. It's a pole GPS. So
So they just know where to go.
exactly. So what's more, the truck is parked in front of the Pink Poodle, and fire
It's
chief.
called the Pink Poodle.
Yeah, the Pink Poodle is actually one of the oldest strip clubs in the area. 60 years. The Pink Poodle has been around in San Jose. And if you're visiting San Jose, why? First off, but make sure you stop off at the Pink Poodle. It's the only thing they have available for you to visit. That's worth checking out. But they launched an investigation into the circumstances surrounding the stripper in a bikini exiting the fire truck. And should that investigation uncover inappropriate behavior, then he says appropriate steps will be taken to address the situation. Meaning that they're going to start paying the firemen in all dollar bills.
I was going to say, the chief's going to be like, don't get caught again, idiot.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
This is like those cops that are like, we better solicit these prostitutes for some of this research.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah. All right, Christina and Laura, if you're on the stream, what's a sexier profession? And I'll ask Mari as well. Police officer or firefighter?
It's firefighter.
Yeah.
You say firefighter. I know.
Yeah.
I was asking the women, and you're immediately like,
It's
Power's
classically
like,
cliche
obviously.
firefighter.
Oh, yeah? Why is that?
Because they don't have sexy policeman calendars. It's always been the sexy fireman.
That's true. And that's really because all the off time that police or firefighters have. So they have time to pose for characters or for calendars and whatnot. I would still say, though, I mean, police officers, they're packing guns, they got weapons, and they can protect you in different ways. So I think they get the short end of the stick. You know, I think.
Well, I guess if you're talking about for like dating and living within a relationship.
Well, I mean, honestly, no, I think firefighters still got the advantage there too. Because again, you date a firefighter and they're off 4 days a week.
Yeah.
So you have the ability to just like party it up. I mean, every firefighter I know, and I'm friends with a fucking handful of them, made me really think like, man, I could have been a firefighter because these guys don't do shit.
Until they do.
Yeah, until they do. And then it does suck. I mean, honestly, like my buddy Phil, he's so desensitized that we were at the bar drinking. He's like, oh, earlier today I saw this guy's head busted wide open. Like, that give me nightmares, man. What are you talking about? You're just drinking and laughing it off. He's like, it's part of the job. Like, I don't want to see anyone's brain marrow.
Yeah.
Right. But that's why they get paid the money. But yeah, it's a big deal. And I think Rico's actually going to try to be a firefighter.
Yeah.
Do you know this?
Is that for real?
Yeah, for real.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, he had an uncle who's just retired from the firefighting. And a lot of times to be a firefighter, you just have to have an in, you know? And so he's kind of got an in, but apparently that doesn't even matter. They need firefighters. So if you guys are looking for a career change and want to work out just so you can pass the test so you don't have to work out again. Because I seen
he doesn't even have to do that.
Yeah, no, everybody like Kevin from high school, like he's always been like a burly dude, and he's still like an athlete, but he was kind of out of shape because he has the fat gene, right? And then he became a firefighter because his stepfather was a firefighter, so he got the in, and then he just progressively got more and more out of shape. So he's like fatter and like less in shape. And I'm like, man, if I'm in a situation where I'm like, help, there's a fire, I need someone to rescue me. I look down and I see Kevin, I'm like, fuck, I'm dead, man. You know, like Kevin's a nice guy. He got a smoking hot wife out of it too. It's like it's like a starter set. Be like, here you go, congratulations, you're a firefighter. Here's your overly hot wife and your excellent benefits. And don't forget to get a jet ski because you're gonna have a lot of time off.
He's just working toward being fire chief.
No, I think he might be chief.
There you go. Just keep putting that pounds. I was like, it's probably a safety hazard. So we're going to promote you to chief.
Yeah, exactly. You can't climb the ladder anymore. So now you're the boss.
Yeah.
Gets to tell people. You know,
that's what the rookies are for. Hey, Rook. There you go, Clyde. Go fight that fire.
Have you ever dated, Mari? Have you ever dated someone with a profession that was a first responder?
No.
No police officers, no firefighters, no paramedics?
Nope.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
No fry cooks at McDonald's?
No, a cook at BJ's once.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a respectable chain. That's they're a brewery as well. Did you know that?
I know.
Oh, nice.
I did know somebody that dated a lot of Border Patrol guys, though.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. I don't know if you remember that club that was on Craycroft and Broadway.
I don't.
It was like the girls. Like there's like a ladies' night and stuff. I forget what it was called, if anybody remembers, but like it was like there was like a really big ladies' night, and like a bunch of Border Patrol guys would go to that. And this one girl I knew just like liked to date them.
Yeah, you know,
always like find them.
Yeah, Border Patrol. I've been seeing a lot around town, and you know, the last time I went to Mexico was not too long ago. Coming back, normally when you have those little stops, there's maybe like one or two people and Border Patrol agents, and they don't care. Last time I went through, Yeah. Oh, Cactus Moon. Yeah.
Yep.
Last time I was there, it was like the fucking whole SWAT team was there. And and I had a lady like grill me and ask me if I had any illegal narcotics in the car, which was an odd question. And I was a little too high for that. But I go, hard no. Just like that, hard no. And she went, all right, carry on. Like, yeah, hey, there you go. I just gave you the hard no. There's no response to that. You can't counter that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you sure? Did you not understand the hard part of my no?
Yeah.
So next time you get asked a police officer or asked by a police officer a question, definitely say hard no to anything, even if you did it. Because I did have. No, actually, I didn't have narcotics. I did not. All right. Let's see what else. There was a lot of things I wanted to cover. Oh, a couple fun facts and stats about your health here, which I'm not going to talk about on air, but this was cool. Feeling unhappy and lonely ages you faster than smoking. So if you want to look younger, then make sure that you attempt to be happy and not be as lonely. Modest Yahoo just performed at Rialto Theater like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, my friends went to go check him out. And Modest Yahoo's my age.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And nobody knows that because if you look at Modest Yahoo, he looks 60, which makes me feel really bad for Modest Yahoo. Not because he's aged, but he's obviously so lonely. What?
I think it's the facial hair.
Well, the grays don't help. But there's grays and there's wrinkles, and the dude just aged miserably. And now keep in mind, Modest Yahoo used to follow fish around town. Yeah, he was a fish head, but he was a fish head who also rapped. One day he got so high, he's like, I'm gonna become a Hasidic Jew. And that's what Modest Yahoo did, but he still kept rapping. He was still a hippie at heart, and then he blew up. He was making music, and of course, "King Without a Crown" was a song that was recorded live at Stubbs, I think, in Austin, Texas. And that performance was so good, it captured energy on tape and became a hit single. And then after that, he followed up some lackluster singles on top of that, but still touring off. It wasn't sold out at the Rialto. And maybe that's what stressed him about 20 years. Modest Yahoo looks old as shit right now. He looks like he could be like the president of Iran.
The beard is like the man's like saving grace, and or I think the thing that aged you instantly. So the wedding that I went to, my parents and some other friends saw my roommate for the first time. They didn't recognize him.
Hey, do you have a beard and look super old?
Yeah, because his beard is very gray, very wisdomy beard that's like really big. Like one of my mom was like, "Is that Carlin's dad?" I'm like, "No, that's my roommate."
Oh, wow.
And she's like, "No, it's not." They couldn't believe it.
Wow.
Yeah, you got to watch out. That beard gets a little wild, a little gray.
Eventually, we're going to turn that corner, but we're lucky so far.
Yeah.
I mean, Mari, if you didn't know us, how old would you think Powers and I are?
Later 30s.
I'll take it. Yes.
I would have accepted early 30s. I don't know why you'd be such
I'm sorry. I can't do early 30s, but I'm like biased. I know. Right?
Oh, yeah? How old am I?
You're 42.
That is
She's
correct.
a good friend. She's a good friend. I do love Mari. All right. And I won't return the question because I love you that much. All right. Here's another study. People who eat 5 eggs a week are slimmer than others. All right. So if you're looking to lose weight, focus on eggs and the protein there.
I love it.
Yeah. There's been a lot of studies, too, that it has good cholesterol, and the eggs are really good for you. And, with inflation and how food is, I mean, eggs will be the only thing that we can afford here in about 6 months.
Nope. Eggs are expensive.
Not that expensive. No way.
You should go look.
I do go look. I buy eggs all the time.
Aren't you very surprised at how expensive eggs can get?
They got more expensive, but they're still pretty cheap. They're pretty cheap source of protein. It's like growing your own chickens. So, all right, 5 seconds to get back on the air here. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're live here on the podcast broadcast. We're sharing some fun facts and not so fun facts for you. Here's good news, though, for people who work at home. And I know a lot of you out there are working remotely, and there's some policies that just seem completely un-American and intrusive of your personal freedom and space, even though you're working from home. Like the webcam policy.
Yeah.
There's companies out there that say you must keep your webcam on 24/7, not 24/7, but at least the entire time that you're working. So 9 hours, so they can keep an eye and make sure you're being productive, which is effed up.
Yeah.
And a judge A Dutch judge actually agrees in the Netherlands. This just happened. This is a major move because it happened against an American company, and hopefully there'll be a ripple effect that changes some policies in corporate America for those people working at home. So the Dutch judge just awarded $72,000 to a worker who was wrongfully terminated for refusing to leave his webcam on the entire workday. The company in question is Chetu. It's Chetu, a U.S.-based software company. The requirement was part of what Chetu called a corrective action program, which S a D with that. You know what I mean? Corrective action program. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I working for you or am I incarcerated by you? Now, the unnamed employee didn't feel comfortable being monitored 9 hours a day on camera and was fired for insubordination and refusal to work. The court found the monitoring requirement to be contrary to the employee's right to respect for his personal life and private life. And they awarded him $72,000, and the company needs to pay. And hopefully, I know that's a Netherlands judge.
A what? A where?
A Netherlands.
There it is.
Yeah, I was thinking Peter Pan for a second. Yeah. But it was against an American company. So hopefully there'll be a ripple effect that other American companies will give their work from home employees a little bit of respect and privacy, man.
Can I solve this for everybody right now?
Please do.
All you got to do is work real hard one day, record it, and then just put your camera on that video as a loop.
Okay, Ferris Bueller.
There it is.
You can try that, but if you get fired, don't come at us. We have no money if you sue. All right. We got a few words we have to share with you from our sponsors. Be back with your beef tip right after this. Keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Oh, I hate that promo. This promo right here.
Yeah, that's right. The all-female Swedish band.
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, because it doesn't give me any flashes or nothing.
Wow.
My birthday's Saturday, guys.
Oh, what are you doing?
Oh, you turning 29 again?
34.
Oh, you look 29.
I love my 30s. I'm like so repping my 30s.
I
I love
love
30s.
I loved my 30s.
Yeah?
I did a lot.
Is that your peak decade?
I feel like I just keep leveling up is the goal. That's what you want to keep doing, especially with like even me, we're chasing our dreams, trying to do what we're doing. So yeah, so far so good.
Yeah. So what do you love about your 30s, Mari?
God, I was just kind of a mess in my 20s a little bit.
Oh,
tumultuous.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of over it. Like I don't miss all that like insecurity and just chaos. And
let me ask you this.
Sure,
what would a 34-year-old Mari say to 22-year-old Mari if she could?
Get over it. Get over all your stuff.
Yeah.
Move on.
Mm-hmm. What? Same question to you. What would your 40-year-old Powers say to 22-year-old Powers?
You're just don't give up. You're doing the right thing. You're on the right path. Be patient.
Okay.
I think be patient is it.
Yeah. I think those are wrong answers.
What
would you say?
Yeah, what would you say there, bud?
Yeah, invest in Google and Apple.
Oh, good. Those are good
Fucking
answers.
millionaire.
Much better answers.
Oh my God, my dad missed out investing in Microsoft. I guess somebody wanted to like sell him a couple like shares or something like that. And he's like, no.
Yeah, see, missed the boat. I shared a fact yesterday with Rico that if remember when the iPods were a huge deal.
Sure.
Yeah. So everyone was rushing out to get an iPod. In fact, actually, when I was doing corporate events, that was the big prize for like 2-3 years running. Right. Corporations would do their Christmas parties, and then the top prize was like, "You won an iPod." And everyone, oh, it's a new, it's the latest. There's like 100 songs on there, right? So people freaked the fuck out about that, and they were like $400 retail.
Yeah.
So if you would have spent $399 instead of buying that stupid fucking iPod that you don't use anymore, and bought share in Apple, you would have over $160,000 today. Oh. So that iPod, that $400 iPod in 2001, if you would have bought stock in Apple, that would have been $160,000 today.
Oof, that's painful.
Yeah, man. So what's the next big company though? That's like an Apple. I know.
The thing. What is it? You just don't know.
You got to chase technology. Obviously, that's where it is. I think holograms. I know that sounds silly, but hologram technology. But I think the Oculus stuff, the VR headset.
I don't think so. You think so?
I think the VR headset because it's this big now, much like the camcorder back in the day, and it all just gets shrunk.
Yeah, it'll turn into contact lenses.
I think that the VR headset is going to become as as like every household has it.
Yeah. Follow porn technology, whatever porn is innovating in. Yeah, no, that's true.
It's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, I
it's porn
know.
and military. That's where it's going.
Yeah. A lot of times you can
Like
see.
Meta? Like, did you see his like recent thing?
No, I don't know.
I don't want to do any of that. Like, I don't care about any of that meta crap. But I hear some of the concerts were good. So some of
The
that
meta concerts were good.
Yeah, some of that virtual reality stuff, it will catch on. I watched a baseball game only for a couple minutes, but like they put a camera right on the foul line, and then you are that, and you can move and look.
Wow.
And it was very unique and fun and really cool. So some of that, as it gets smaller and just, oh, you attach to your glasses and do that.
Right.
That's going to take over.
Oh, yeah, they did just release this like electric car charger that like charges it in 5 minutes.
Well, that's good.
Oh, wow.
Well, they need that because, California is trying to ban gas vehicles altogether.
Oh.
And then like almost immediately after they made this announcement that they were going to do this within like 2024 or a little bit later than that, there was a shortage on electricity. And then there was viral videos of cars like a mile long waiting for a charge station. So it's like, nah, you guys didn't really plan this out good enough to make that kind of announcement. But,
Charge at home though, right? Or no? Right.
well, I mean, no, I think with California's energy restriction and power restriction, they're still in a crisis. They don't have a surplus. They're short on water as well. In fact, there's a town that's going to run out of water in 2 months.
Wow.
A California town, 2 months, no water, completely drying up, and it's insane. You're like, fuck. So, I mean, what are you going to invest in? Fuck stock. Just buy like a survival shit.
Water bottles.
Yeah. Just tons of water.
The company that makes life straw.
Yeah, exactly.
Things
Drink
like
your own
that.
pee.
Yeah, things like that.
Speaking of which, though, I wanted to show something really cool, and I hope I shared it on my profile. I know we already did Beast retweets, but there was a video that I saw because those cameras, the cameras that do 360 type video, they have that feature, which is amazing.
Oh.
And somebody came up with the bright idea to put that camera. You put that camera on the end of like a stick that goes.
This is exactly what I'm talking about with the VR. That's the type of camera it is.
Yeah.
See, I saw one where he puts it in his mouth and he like paddles and it looks really crazy.
Oh yeah, I don't have that, but I did have one thing I didn't show.
Christina.
Real quick, since I got 54 seconds. Okay. I said I'm Beastradamus. I predict things. This guy predicted things. That's legit. Real quick, I'm gonna show this. This went viral.
Constantly like a child in my
People
own
in
house.
love, they yell at each other all the
Oh,
time.
but that's true.
They don't
Ask
have
him, he's
nothing
been
to
married for how long?
Over 20-something years.
Over 20.
Look at him though. He look mad. You don't look happy, brother. You don't look happy.
Yeah, right. He's like, it's a funny joke. He wasn't lying though. Watch this.
Min Chow, a former TV show bailiff and current Harris County deputy charged with his wife's murder, now to attend her funeral.
Called it. Yeah, right. He called it. So he's like, look at him though. He looked mad. Yeah, spot on. All right, we got 5 seconds. Rock on 2.1 KFMA. We are almost out of time. I'd like to thank everybody for checking out the podcast broadcast. Don't forget, it's on demand. Anytime you want to watch it, listen to it, you can go to youtube.com/beefvegan. It'll always be there. And of course, you can see it on our Facebook page as well. While you're on our social media pages, make sure you vote for Day 3's Basis Build-A-Band. Today, we got Tim Common Ford going up against Nikki Sixx. Tim's Rage Against the Machine, Nikki Sixx, of course, from Motley Crue. Vote for your favorite. We'll see which bass player will move on to our Friday Fatal 4-Way edition of the Build-A-Band, brought to you by the Volpe team at Nova Home Loans. Of course, I love and thank Mari for coming in studio again. Powers, excellent job as well. Let's get into your beef tip before we wrap things up and pass it off to Robin Nash.
Hook it up.
All right. So in France, police are checking fuel gauges before fill-ups. So essentially, there's been long lines because there's a gas shortage in France, and there's long lines for the pumps. But before you can even get to the pump, a police officer will go up to the car and check to see how much gas you have. If you have over a quarter tank, they say, F you, buddy. You need to come back tomorrow when you have less gas.
Wow.
What?
Yes. So this is what's happening in France. So my beef tip to you is, yes, gas is expensive. We all know this, but it's not just a North America thing. It's not a United States thing. It's a global thing. It's definitely a problem that's happening all over the world. And in a lot of places, most places, it's way worse. So the next time you go to your pump, before you start cursing current administrations or past administrations, why don't you just shut the F up and be proud to be an American? And at least, yes, we got it bad, but we have it not as bad as everybody else.
Most other places, in fact.
Yeah. Except Saudi Arabia. My beef tip to you is if you could become a Saudi, it's not a bad place to be right now. Everyone's rich and
they love wrestling too.
Yeah, but there's also an evil regime. You could die for showing off your hair. So USA, number one. All right. Tomorrow morning, we'll continue to give away tickets for the Trinity of Terror Tour, plus so much more. But till then, Robin Nash is up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe. And as always, rock local.
When you wish upon a side of beef, soon will come and do all your grief. But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.